Am I loud and clear enough to you, Jay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not in my headset. Let's see what we can do with it while they're working on it, Jay. As long as you can hear
Yeah.
me. If you can't hear me, let me know. All right.
I hear.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead. You're on the
I
air.
just had a question about the silent prayer.
Okay.
But basically, whenever I'm doing the silent prayer, it's like when I'm watching the video, the instruction, silent prayer.
Yes.
All the commands you're giving, or I guess instructions you're giving, are like throwing me off, right? Because it's making me focus on that and not what the actual purpose of it is. So, would you recommend that I just skip the instruction, kind of just sit for 15 minutes, just like in complete silence, or do you think that
Do you understand at this point that all you need to do is watch your thoughts?
Yeah.
Relax, let your whole everything relax, and just take a breath and
Right.
relax, and then just become aware of thoughts. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
Well, that's all
So
you
I don't
need to.
really.
Yeah, that's all you need to do is um just watch the thoughts, because eventually you don't need to use the video itself. It's just a technique. It's just kind of showing you what to do until you
Right.
can get it on your own.
Right. All right. And I got a second thing I want your advice on.
Okay.
I'm turning 18 in 12 days, and I live
Amazing.
in California.
12 days before
Yeah.
Christmas.
12 disciples. Yeah.
But go ahead.
I'm planning to forgive my mom sort of like on the last day, because I don't want to forgive her right now because she could kick me out, right? But just the last day. But I really, really, as soon as I turn 18, I want to like ditch California. Like, I'm going all the way to Ohio, right? I want to get like a cheap studio apartment. Save money. Ohio's pretty affordable. But I'm just having some I can't tell if this is a practical worry or if this is Satan talking to me. But I'm thinking well, what if I go out to Ohio and they don't have any jobs, and then now I just now I'm stuck there, with no job.
There's no such thing as practical worries. All worries are evil and deceiving.
Well, you wouldn't go out in the middle of the night in a black neighborhood, right?
No,
That's a practical worry.
It's not a worry. It's just common sense that I would not go out into the black neighborhood at night because I know the risk. So that's not a worry.
Right.
It's just I know the risk. So I don't need to think about that.
So then, what about this situation? Is it too risky, or you think it's I should brave it?
The one thing I want you to know, you're about to be 18, that all worry are evil, and there's nothing practical in worry. And worry pretend to be giving you the answer to problems, and it doesn't. It pretend to be right, but it's a lie.
So I should do the opposite of what the worry says, right?
Never go with worry. All worries are deceiving.
Right. So do the exact opposite.
Yeah, do not go with worry, for sure.
Right. Okay.
You decide if you want to go to Ohio or not, but don't
anywhere.
Don't anywhere. That's right. But don't go along with worry. Let those thoughts pass. All worry are evil. They're never true.
So this is what do you think this is? Is it like a practical thing, or this is just Satan talking?
What? Yeah. Worry does not come from God. It's not coming from you. It comes from your enemy, the devil, Satan, in your imagination. So, never. As long as you walk this earth, whatever you do, stay in California, wherever you are, or go to Ohio, you never want to give any attention to worry. All worries are set up. They're never true.
They're never true.
No.
So even this one about, you might not find a job, that's not true.
No.
So I am going to find a job.
I wouldn't know if you will or you're not, but I would have a wait and see attitude. I would not let my life be dictated by worry. That's for sure.
Well, that's the thing. I can't wait and see because I'm trying to get out of city because I cannot live anywhere near my mom. I don't even want her to be like visiting on the week. I want to be super far away. So I gotta dip, right? I can't wait and see, build up money here.
But you can't. How else will you know if you're going to get a job? You won't know that until you get there and get the job.
I guess it's true.
Just think about that. You won't know whether you have worry or not, right? You will not know if you're going to get a job in Ohio until you're in Ohio, or unless you go online or something and get a job before you get to Ohio.
That's what I was thinking. Well, what do you recommend I do when I turn 18?
I recommend you not worry.
Okay. All right. Practically, though.
Let me see. What do I recommend? I recommend you do what you see is best for you. But I do recommend you forgive your mother. You got to face your mother because if you move to Ohio and you have not gone and dealt with your mother, that anger spirit going to move with you to Ohio, and it will be with you forever, no matter where you live and what kind of job you get. Your mother will still control you because you have her nature. You have the nature of anger.
I know. I'm just, biding my time because I'm only 17. I don't want to get kicked out before I even have.
Why do you think she'll kick you out if you went and forgave her? Forgave her now.
She's a wicked woman.
But I mean, was she like, okay, you forgiving me? You got to go?
Shoot, maybe. Dude. I mean, maybe that might be my worry talking.
It sounds like your fears. Are you going to let fear dictate your life?
Jesse, no. Yes, actually. Well, in this case, I live in the living room, and it's just going to be awkward for the next 12 days if I forgive her today. And then you have to see her, peeve off. I have to see the hell come out of her for like 12 days, maybe even longer. Maybe she won't get my ID. Like that. That's literally the type of person she is. Like she won't allow me to progress if she's angry at me.
Really? How will she stop you?
Won't let me I can't get my ID without her. I don't have an ID.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you do what you see is best in that situation too. I want to encourage you. You, in all things for the rest of your life, you do what you see is best for you. That's going to work out for you, not from what someone else says. So if it's best that you wait, then you do that. But as long as you know you got to forgive her, make sure you do that before you leave if you can.
All right.
And as far as worried about a job in Ohio, you shouldn't worry about anything. You should not be worried about if you're going to get a job because you listen to darkness pretending to be the light, because the worry tell you, oh, you might not get a job, and you might do this, you might do that. And you're listening to a lie when you listen to worry. Worry is your enemy. It is not your friend.
All right. Do you agree with Joel when he said that if it's from God, the decision is not going to have any emotion attached to it?
If what's not from God?
If it is from God, like the decision you're making, if it's from God, the Holy Spirit, right, like the teacher within, is not going to have emotion attached to it.
Repeat that. I'm sorry.
Like if you're making a decision and it's from God, it's not going to have any emotions involved.
Well, I didn't hear that statement, so I can't agree or disagree. But I do want you to know that God does not communicate with you through your head. God does not require you to make decisions. Your decisions are made by the light. For example, if you want to go to Ohio, you just go to Ohio. The decision is already made. You don't have to make that decision. It's already done for you. I mean, it's already done.
I ain't got no money, though.
Well, then get a job before you go to Ohio. Oh, you have friends? You have family members or friends in Ohio?
No, that's why I'm moving there. No family, no friends.
Oh, you have no one there?
No one.
And where will you live if you go to Ohio?
Just a cheap studio apartment. I've already looked some up online. They're very cheap over there.
Oh, and you have the money for it already?
I'll probably get like a loan if I can.
Why don't you get a job here first, and so you go there with some money? So you have you maybe get a cheap room or something until you can find a job. At 18, and you don't want to go there and live in the streets. That's for sure.
Yeah,
This,
but I also don't want to be in California for any longer than I have to be.
right? Why? How old are you? 17? You say?
Yeah,
Can you be working at McDonald's or somewhere now while you finish school?
not until I get my ID.
And so why don't you get your ID?
That's what I'm working on. I'm gonna get it by Christmas.
Oh, okay. Well, and then after, will you be out? When is the last day of school for you?
I already finished school. I already tested out.
Oh, I see. So you're just waiting for your ID?
Yep, and I'm gonna do it. I'm out. I've always wanted to leave since I was like 8.
Oh, I see. Where's your father?
He black. He's in jail.
Oh.
I want to go visit him, find out what jail he's in, because my older brother knows. So I'm going to ask him, find what jail he's in, and go forgive him inside the jail.
Nice. That's good.
I never had any anger towards him, honestly. My memories with him are like good. He left my mom because he was, couldn't handle her. I understand. Like, it's mostly my mom that I've resented.
The most children, men and women, boys and girls, don't resent their fathers. They yearn for the father. It's the mother that they resent. But some think that they do resent their fathers, and the resentment they do have is the mother resentment of the father, and the kids take it on when they identify with the mother, her anger and stuff as kids. So you're right. Most people don't resent their father. They're yearning for the father.
Yeah, and she tried her hardest. She tried to tell me stories like, he slapped me with the bacon, and I just didn't believe. Even as a kid, I didn't believe it. I was like, that's not what he does. What?
With the bacon?
With the bacon. That's frozen bacon.
Oh, but even if he did, that had nothing to do with you. That was between the two of them.
He was probably being annoying too. So.
Right. Men just don't slap women because they ain't got nothing else to do. You know what I mean?
Right. That's true.
And the woman never going to say she brought it on.
Oh.
What a mess. Listen, here's what I recommend for now. You wait to get your ID, and then you see what to do. But I want to encourage you, let the thought of anger pass, because it's just a thought. And you only feel what they call anger. Let the thought of a worry pass, right? Because it's just a thought, and it will bring on worry, what they call worry feelings, but they're just thoughts. They're not real. Let those thoughts pass, and you'll see what to do.
I'm trying. It's just hard because when you're getting like during the silent prayer, all the emotions are coming.
Hold on, buddy.
It feels like
hold on a minute.
Like nothing's happening.
Jaden, hold on. Let me take a break. I want to go back to Jaden. Jaden's going to be turning 18 in a couple days, or a week or two, I think. And he want to forgive his mother, but he want to move to Ohio far as possible away from his mama. Jaden.
Yep.
So listen, your reason for moving to Ohio is wrong.
Really?
Yeah. You want to move to Ohio to get away from your mama, but what you don't.
Not just that. It's because I want to basically go through hardship because, like I said, I don't have anyone out there, so it's just me. And I know that if I go through something hard, I'll have to rely on God, and I'll start my life. You don't have
you don't have to go through hardships in life. It's abnormal to have hardship. Human beings were not created to have hardship in life.
What do you mean?
It's abnormal. You are not created for that.
So there's no challenges in life?
No, you're not supposed to have challenges in life. You're supposed to be free in life.
How does that make sense? Because hard things are still going to happen, even if you're born again, right?
Hard things will not happen to you if you're free. But if you're limiting your imagination, you're judgmental, you have anger, then hard things will happen. And it won't be happening to you, but it'll be happening to fate you. And you would think that it's happening to you. You will think that they're happening to you, but they're not. It's an illusion. Your life is supposed to be easy as a man, as a son of God. And for ladies as daughters of God, your life is easy. Your burdens are light, and your way is made clear. You're not supposed to be having. Only blind people have hard times in life.
Well, what about the fact that Ohio is also insanely cheap to live at? I was there an entire summer, and it was very cheap.
You were there this summer?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did door-to-door sales.
If you did what now?
Door-to-door sales out there.
Oh, okay. Now, if you want to go to Ohio, there's nothing wrong with going to Ohio, except that they don't have any more cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
no homeless people there.
Right, they all been eaten up.
Homeless people.
But so if you want to go to Ohio, there's nothing wrong with going to Ohio if you want to go. But to go to Ohio to get away from your mother, or to go to Ohio because you just want to have a hard time in life, it's the wrong reasons to go. Because if you forgive your mother, you could stay in California and have nothing to do with your mother at all. But because you can't run from anger, you have to overcome anger, right?
Right.
But if you want to go to Ohio, go to Ohio, but not for the reason you said.
That's it. I didn't think about that. But it's just the fact that I'm within the general vicinity to where she could drive 30 minutes to meet me. Maybe I just don't tell her where I'm going.
Right. Your mother doesn't have to know where you live or where you're going. You will be a grown man. You will be able to live your own life right in California, right down the road if you wanted to. But you don't have to run from your mother. You just need to forgive her and then go live your life. Give her the finger.
I do like California. I actually love California, but there's a lot of gay people here too. That's kind of a problem. But
there are gay people everywhere, especially in Ohio.
No, it was all Catholics in Ohio.
They were cold. They were in the house. Huh? The gay people was in the house. You didn't see them. It was cold.
No, but they didn't have those pride flags in their yard. It was.
But whatever somebody else do in their life, you should not be bothered by that one iota. Now, you shouldn't even think about it, see it, talk about it, feel it emotionally or anything. That's their life. Let them live in their misery. You just live your life. You are responsible for your life and your life alone.
So is it anger that I associate California with my mom? Is that just anger?
100%. 100%.
California, it has nothing to do with, like you said, I could just move up or down the coast,
I'm sorry?
I could just move up or down the coast. She doesn't even got to know.
Absolutely. You don't have to report to your mother. Your requirement, if you decide to take it, is to forgive so that God can forgive you and draw you into the kingdom, and your life will be amazing. But no one with anger can enter into the kingdom within. But you can live. You're a grown man. You have no obligation to your mother.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter where you live.
Wow. You gave me something new. Maybe I don't. Yeah, because then that's less risky to move to Ohio. I could just stay here where I've already, I know the place, and I could get a job here.
Absolutely.
Wow.
When
I'll smoke on that. Wow. Okay.
I really want you to really see that very, very clear before you think you can run to another state and get away from your mother. Because the spirit of your mother, if you don't forgive her, it will be with you in Ohio, and it will control you in Ohio. But if you forgive her, then wherever you are, you will be free. And whether it's in California, Ohio, whatever, right? But you got to just forgive her and go live your life, whether in California or wherever.
Mm. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And the last thing for now is don't expect a hard life. You were not created to have a burdensome life. You were created to be clear-minded and have an easy life.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all, because my entire life, even when I was a kid, you work hard and things happen to you, and you have to deal with the things that happen to you. That's just how it is.
Working hard is not a hard life. You're working hard, meaning that working hard simply means that you get up, you go to work, you do your job, you naturally do your best, you get paid, you save some money, you pay your rent, your food, your gas, you eventually buy some property. You just gotta live your life. You are not created to have a hard life. Somebody lied to you when they told you that. They set you up.
I think it's because it's only been hard because I've had fear most of my life, and
Yes.
that's made my life miserable.
100%.
I can't even imagine a life without fear. I've had it for so long. I can't even imagine it.
But if you forgive your mother and then just start watching those thoughts and do not believe them at all, you're going to have a life without fear. Fear is an illusion too. It's not even real. Fear is just a thought as well. And then when you believe it, it brings on the emotion. But the emotion is not real. The emotion is fake too.
Right.
Fear is not real. Fear is just a thought. And anyone that has fear has anger.
Right, yeah. I can imagine life without anger because I've been a pretty quote-unquote chill person, but fear is something I cannot imagine being without.
Every human being has fear, and they're being controlled by fear. And I'm not talking about physical fear. You fear going into the hood, or you fear getting hit by a car walking across the road. That is practical fear. You're supposed to look it down both ways, right? But the fear I'm talking about the fear that's in your head that tell you where to go, what to do, what's going to happen, what won't happen, how to dress, how to act. And it controls you. It keeps you from doing the things you would ordinarily do.
Practical fear is not an emotion, right? It's not a feeling.
Right.
It's just like not to do this because you're going to get shot.
Yes.
Okay. Because I thought whenever you said that, you meant like a fear. I'm like, I'm not afraid of going down the street. I got God, bro. He's going to stop the people shooting you.
But I noticed that. I realized recently, very recently, that when Christ walked the earth, he spoke to the disciples and he went around speaking really smart things to the people. And the people always thought, except for a few, they always thought he meant physical when he was speaking of spiritual things, a spiritual life and not a physical life. And so when people hear me say these things, their mind, which is their enemy, always make them think he means physical. I'm not afraid of the bad guy down the road. They immediately think physical and not spiritually.
Like when he said to eat my flesh, and they take that as like eat bread every Sunday and
Yes.
drink water.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I'll let you get to the other callers, but you really give me something to think about here. I'll mull it over.
Yeah, you're almost 18. I really want to encourage you that do not move to Ohio running away from your mother. You move if you want to move, but not because you think you're getting away from your mother. You can get away from your mother by forgiving her and go and live your life anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Justin.
All right. Let me know how it goes, all right?
All right. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. You can't run away from evil. It's in you. Your issues are in you. You can't run from that. You overcome that. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. To, baby, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide to, baby. You go to it. the fear and you overcome it. You go through it, overcome it.